Hello, Leo. Here's your reading for the week of February 12th through about the 18th. These are general. Take what works, and what doesn't work just doesn't work. But if you stumble upon this reading at a later date, there may be something in it for you. But let's see what the cards have to say. I need 3 cards. And 2 more. And 1 more, please. Thank you. And I need what's challenging my Leos. And what is your recommendations for my Leos? In your recent past position, you have the 10 of Wands. In your current energy, you have the 3 of Wands. In your near future, you have the 7 of Swords. Your challenge for the week is the 4 of Cups in reverse, and what is recommended for you is the Emperor. The 10 of Wands represents a period of time where you feel like you have a lot going on. You have a lot of burdens, you have a lot of responsibilities, you're schlepping all these sticks somewhere, you're a little worn out, but this always is something that's really important to you. These are important responsibilities. These are important situations or things that you're dealing with. So, but it always indicates like you're almost at the end, but it's just a period of time where you have a lot on your plate and you're just kind of a little bit bogged down because you have so much you have to do at the moment. But currently, your current energies is the 3 of Wands, and this indicates that you're further expanding upon whatever you've been doing. So I feel like whatever this 10 of Wands represents with you, with whatever you've been kind of a little bit, maybe there was some specific situation you were dealing with that stood out more than the other, like everyday routine things. Maybe there's something you're really working on though, and now you're in this point of even expanding further with it. So this is about kind of like looking into the future in a sense on things, like trying to see the progression of how to do something and how could it transpire, and kind of like trying to pre-plan any potential obstacles you might be coming up against so you can avoid them. So this is all about that foresight and that thinking forward, the forward thinking. So I think you're in this energy right now where you're just kind of, you're moving something forward and you're trying to figure out some of the details a little bit, but you're now trying to see like, okay, well, I know what the next 3 steps are. Well, what are the 7 steps after that? And what's coming in for you is the 7 of Swords. And to me, this is a card about being strategic. This guy, he has to figure things out, but he's trying to figure out the best way to go about something and the most strategic way to do it. So I think part of your foresight and your planning ahead is going to help you, I don't want to say cut corners on something, but it's going to help you realize that if there are some bumps in the road, maybe you can kind of not even have to deal with those because you're going to take a different route. So this guy is about actually taking that action and thinking strategically and trying to figure out how to avoid any obstacles or go around something or make something go a little quicker than it traditionally would have. But your challenge for the week is the 4 of Cups in reverse. And this could indicate that you're kind of like, you're really keeping to yourself. Almost like you're withdrawing and you're retreating, but retreating to me is not, and withdrawing, it's like not really taking action. You're kind of feeling a little like, I don't want to say bored, but you're kind of feeling a little blah in a sense, and you're not really moving forward. And this could be because the energy of the 10 of Wands is very intense. Then the 3 of Wands, now you have to have this whole aspect of trying to figure out the next step, planning ahead. So that's kind of a burden in its own self. So I feel like at this moment, you might be feeling a little tired, and it's almost like you're kept fighting a good fight, or you're trying to do something, you're trying to get something off the ground or push something forward. And you might be a little worn out, and now you're retreating from other people around you, or you're retreating even from the situation itself. So that's your challenge for the week. But what's recommended for you is the Emperor. And this guy is all about structure. Like, he's about the determination. He's diligent with his time. He knows what he needs to do every single day to get to where he needs to go. So he's very, I would say, time orientated, organized, scheduled, regimented. He's very structured in that aspect. So I think that what's recommended for you is somehow to have some type of structure or create some type of structure where you're moving forward and you're doing it effectively. Sometimes we want to move forward very quickly, but it burns us out and it's not really feasible. But if you do it in a kind of way where you're doing something towards your goal every day, it helps you take those little steps and those solid steps like every day. So eventually you're going to get to your goal. So I think this is saying that instead of retreating, you need to figure out a better way to manage all this. And I think with this Seven of Swords coming in for you, I think you could be doing that. I definitely think you're going to be figuring out, I don't want to say shortcut, but you're going to be figuring out a little bit of a better way to achieve or move forward with this situation. Okay, so let's see what else we get for you, my Leos. Okay, Jessie, honey, you're not supposed to be doing that, sweetie. You know you're not supposed to be doing that. Okay, so you have Hummingbird Spirit. Be here now. Light, shift your money mindset. Cassette, outdated thinking, conditioning, replaying events over in your head. And let go of control issues. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. Okay, so with the Hummingbird Spirit, be here now. I wonder for some of you if this pre-planning phase, in a sense, like this like kind of expansion, what you're trying to expand forward, I wonder if some of you are getting a little bit ahead of yourselves, which is possible. So you might be trying to think years down the road or plan almost like the final outcome, where you really need to start going through the current steps. So with the expansion, it's always good to be pre-planning and thinking ahead, but you have to also remain in the present. You have to plan for the present, because we could get so wrapped up thinking ahead that we are not now focusing on all the actual details that we need to get to there. And that could make you feel withdrawn, because you might be feeling like, oh man, I don't know how I'm going to do this. Like, you could be feeling that you're at the bottom of a hill looking up, and somehow you have to climb that bastard. And it could make you feel like, I have no idea how I'm going to do this. I get this a lot as well. But within that, I always tell myself, okay, Kelly, how do you get to the next level? What is the next step? What can you do tomorrow that will help you move in the right direction for the future? So that's how I try to break it down, because I get overwhelmed. I overwhelm myself often. So this might be saying that you need to, yes, plan for the future, because that's very important, but you need to also stay in the present, remain in the present. And Light, shift your money mindset. And I think this is saying that if you feel that maybe some of this challenge for you is feeling with this withdrawn energy, this kind of isolated, maybe it's making you feel that you're not going to be able to achieve this goal. This goal could represent a job, more money, a business you want to get off the ground, or even a hobby you want to get into. It could be a hobby that you think, oh, maybe it's a little expensive. Am I going to be able to afford it? It could be anything for you. But I think you need to be in the energy. I feel like you need to kind of just feel that you are absolutely capable of doing it or having it. Like you are Leos. I'm telling you right now, you could do it, Leos. Like you could do it. So you just need to just feel like you can do it, and you're going to do it. Okay, Cashapp, outdated thinking, conditioning, replaying events over in your head. And I wonder if a little bit of this, even Jesse's here. He's like, Leos. Yeah, Jesse's excited. Jesse's cheering you guys on. Okay, honey, that's enough cheering. Sweetie, go over there, baby. Thank you. Please? Thank you. Good boy. Okay, no. That's enough cheering for Leos. Jesse's all into it, Leos. He is like feeling that you guys can do it. So he's kind of pawing at me. He's all excited now. Okay, calm down. So, anyway, outdated thinking. Okay, sweetie. Okay, outdated thinking. Conditioning, replaying events over in your head. Now, I wonder if some of this, because this card can represent kind of going within a little bit, but not really in a positive way. So you might just be replaying events also over in your head and kind of isolating yourself from current events or the situation. So this may be you're kind of feeling a little stuck or depressed about something that has happened in the past. But I think this is saying you need to move forward, because all these cards, except this one, I would say are about moving forward. Like the 10 of Wands, he's schlepping all these things up a hill. Like he's moving forward. He's not going backwards. No. Oh, no. He's taking each step and he's like, the hell with these damn sticks. But he's moving forward. And this guy is planning forward. He's like, okay, you know what? We need to expand this situation. How do I get even further along? And this guy's now, he's figuring out how to cut corners. He's figuring out the best way to go about it. And the Emperor, like he's not staying stuck, because he's the Emperor and he has things to do and he has an empire to run. So I feel like you just need to, if there's any thought processes that are not good for you right now, you need to kind of be here, be right now, shift your money mindset, which could also be shift your mindset, and be aware of any outdated thinking that's no longer serving you, and sit in your Emperor energy. And let go of control issues. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. Now, the control issues I really feel could be going with the 3 of Wands here, because when you're planning for the future, you have a specific idea of how you want that to go. Or there's more than one way things can go. But oftentimes we see 1 or 2 ways. We're not seeing everything. So I think it's almost like you need to just have things unfold naturally. Sometimes we get lucky breaks. There's lucky coincidences, and that's actually, I believe, kind of orchestrated by maybe someone higher up. But I think when you let go of control, be like, okay, I know I want to achieve this, or I want to do this, or I know my future, I don't know, do you want a sunroom? Your future sunroom is going to look like this, or your future patio, or whatever this is for you. And I think you'd be like, okay, I don't know how I'm going to get it. I don't know how I'm going to get there. I'm going to try to figure it out as I go. But I just know somehow it's going to transpire and it's going to work out. So sometimes you just need to kind of be like, okay, I'm not really sure how this is going to work out, but it's going to work out somehow. It's going to work out great. So that's what I'm getting there for you. Okay, now let's get a little quote for you. Okay. Dead fish go with the flow. Now this is saying don't be a dead fish. Like you need to be an active swimming fish. You need to swim with where you want to go. So if you have to swim upstream, sometimes a fish has to swim upstream. So, and that takes a little extra effort. And the fish gets tired or whatever, but he's like, you know what? I just really want to do this. I need to go upstream. I don't want to go downtown. I got to go uptown or up the town or whatever. And he does that. So don't be afraid to go against the current as well, is what I'm getting. Okay, so we're going to do a little Bob Ross quote. Let's see what Bob Ross has to say for you today. Okay, we have, look around, look at what we have. Beauty is everywhere. You only have to look to see it. And I think this is saying, don't forget, don't be so fixated on trying to plan this out that you're not seeing the little things in life, because sometimes those little things help refresh you, they help keep you on track, and while you're trying to plan or aim for a bigger goal, you need to enjoy your life now. I know I do it all the time. I'm always so fixated on stuff in the future that I miss the things currently, and it makes me unhappy, but I'm trying to be more present with certain things myself, because I know it's like healthier to be like present or whatever. It's a work in progress. I'm not a perfect person. I am not a perfect person, but I'm trying just like everybody else. So I think this is saying, just don't forget to see the good things that are around you, the good people, the good animals, the good plants, the good house, whatever it is. Don't forget to see the beauty that is currently around you, because even sometimes when you see something, it could inspire you or gives you an idea to do something a little different as well. And let's get you a little positive affirmation card. Today, I live in the present. Today, I will start with a single... Oh, let me read this again. I'm sorry, guys. I do this all the time. I just make my own stuff up. I make my own words up. I don't know my own sentences. It's like, I'm just like, no, it says it this way. I refuse. I refuse. Okay, here we go. Today, I live in the present. Today, I will start with a smile. I am in control of my attitude. So it's funny because you have let go of control issues, and I think the control issues are the ones external to you, but you always are in control of yourself. But you can't be in control of things that you're not actually in control of. Like, you're in control of yourself and your own actions, but that's pretty much it. Like, you're not in control of everything else, you know? So I think this is saying that you need to change up your attitude, like, because be here now is in the present, right? And going with the flow, I feel like, is kind of like also with the control situation, and just being kind of in the present and just kind of being able to shift as you go. I think that's just something that you need to be aware of. Okay. Now, it is time. Let's see what Spirit of the Dish shall be with you in the upcoming weeks. No, not. You know what? These did come up. We'll take them both, because I feel like you guys have had a lot of stress. You need two spirits. So you have the Link and the King of Sweets, which is, so the sausage link and the pie of your choice. And this one jumped out this way. Okay, so you have, for your dinner and a movie, you have drama movies and barbecue food. The energies that you need to either be aware of or tap into is Scorpio, and this is about transformation and major changes, and Libra, and this is about love, money, powers of attraction, and they're kind of about like kind of balancing things a little bit better. So I think you get a lot of that where you need to balance a little bit as well. Now, this little devil guy here is Mercury, and he's about communication and thought processes. And then we have Saturn, which is about restrictions, responsibilities, and life lessons. You have the first house, which represents appearance, ego, interests, and the self, and the sixth house, which represents health, details, order, work, and structure. You have N, V, I, A, D, Y, N, 0, 3. And you have relax. So I think that's also a little bit of let go of control. Okay, you got, now these three came out. So let's see. Okay, look at this. Now, so you have the globe, the playful cat, and the little daisy flower. So now the globe to me says that especially because this is a very forward-thinking reading, that you really can plan for the future. You really can plan big. But the globe also is like anytime you shift this ball, you're shifting your perspective. So sometimes you need to shift your perspective a little bit to get a clearer picture of something. So don't be so fixed that you're not willing to shift things as you need. And this the Seven of Swords to me is also about shifting perspective when it's beneficial as well. So the playful cat to me represents that you still need to have fun. You need to get some cuddles. You need to have like some nice treats. You need to have fun. Have fun with your friends, relax a little bit, take a nap. So that's what he's saying to me. And then the little daisy here, these are very resilient flowers. I think they're kind of considered weeds, right? But they're very resilient. They just they pop up everywhere. So they're not really structured as to where they need to grow, because they just grow wherever they want to grow. And they're like, you know what? I don't need to grow in a garden bed. I can just grow right here in the middle of this lawn. This is perfectly fine for me. So I feel like that's a little bit fluid in a way. And then it's also kind of like strategic, because they're like, okay, we don't have to just be so picky. We can like live anywhere. So I think it's also kind of being flexible and maybe a little strategic. And also the flowers, they always spend a lot of energy creating that bloom. So I think you're spending a lot of time and energy creating something as well. So that's definitely good. But I think this is saying just be like, don't be so fixed, because you can grow and bloom anywhere in a sense. So you have to have that daisy spirit. It was like, screw you, gardener. I know you spent a lot of time on this garden, but I'm not feeling it. I prefer your front lawn or your walkway or something. This is where I'm going. And if you pick me out, or don't worry, I have a friend that's coming up. He's going to be here any day now. So yeah, I think you just need to have that little attitude. Okay, let's see what else we get for you. So, okay, today we have a special guest. Now, Leos, think of your question and let us ask Mr. Predicto. Here we go. Oh, Mr. Predicto, the most accurate prediction device that was to ever run off of batteries. What is the answer to Leo's question?
Definitely yes.
He said definitely yes, so that's all good. Mr. Predicto is a man of many words, and those were the words he chose to speak here today. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.